I ruptured my Achilles tendon about 3 weeks ago, and starting tomorrow, basically 2 weeks post-operation, I should be able to begin my rehabilitation process, which made me wonder if I could make some improvements to my current diet to support and speed up my recovery. Because every time someone has any suggestions in injuries like this regarding nutrition, it will most likely be on what supplements to take. So, are the supplements that important? Let's find out. But let's start from the beginning. In the hospital, they will take a good care of you, but the only thing you bring home is a bag of pills. I got around 200, but no one will discuss any nutrition with you. That's up to you. This led me to realize that I needed to know if I'm eating right or if I need to take any supplements. Last week at work, I got this question a few times. Aren't you worried that you are going to put on weight since you can't move as much? And honestly, I don't really care. My priority is to make sure that I'm supporting my recovery with enough nutrients. If I gain any weight, so what? I know I can lose it later. The priority is the recovery at the moment. But that made me think that I should learn about this subject as much as I can, because this is not going to be the last time I will come across it. Because injuries are common. So if you are injured, and I mean injured, say one of your limbs is immobilized and you can't move much as before, not just having some niggle in your shoulder, you might be asking questions such as, am I going to gain weight? How much should I eat then? How much protein? Should I train? What supplements should I take? These are all the questions I was asking myself too. So let's discuss that. Let's use me as an example. Typically I'm pretty active. On a normal day I would do around 10 to 14,000 steps, and at the moment I can manage about 2,000 if I'm lucky. This might make you think that I would automatically gain weight if I continue eating the same amount of calories as before my injury. But some studies show that resting energy expenditure, the amount of calories you burn doing nothing, say just watching the TV, can increase by 10 to 50% when you are injured. Let's say that the Achilles injury increases the resting energy expenditure by around 20%, meaning if my body usually needs 70 calories per hour to keep me alive, now I need 14 calories per hour more. That's 340 calories more per day than if I were healthy. Additionally, it has been shown that moving around with crutches can increase energy expenditure by 2 to 3 times. So if I would normally burn around 175 calories in an hour of walking throughout the day, with the crutches, it's probably more like 350 calories. Another thing to consider to that most people, especially those who are relatively active, will notice reduction in appetite due to the decrease in physical activity. So if you are someone who rely only on the hunger cues, you are likely to undereat. Overall, during recovery, the goal is to maintain our weight. Slight increase is okay. What you want to avoid during recovery is trying to get lean. You should strive to eat a well-balanced diet, consuming enough macronutrients and micronutrients to prevent deficiencies. Therefore, our goal is to figure out the calories that will keep our weight stable, which comes from the trial and error. Basically, you need to track your weight over time. Let's quickly calculate my calorie intake per day using the BMR method, which is kind of the easiest and quickest method. This method considers only your body weight. So, for example, for a man, the calculation for BMR, basically the resting energy expenditure during the day, the calories your body needs just to keep you alive, it would be your body weight times 24. That's for men. And for women it would be body weight times 22. So if I weigh 73 kilograms, it will be 73 times 24, which is 1752. Then we need to take into account the 20% increase in the resting energy expenditure due to the injury, which would be then 2100 calories. Now the BMR you would need to multiply by a PAL, physical activity level. But because most of the day I was just lying around, especially the first couple of weeks, I would give myself a PAL factor of 1. But as soon as I can move around a bit more, I could increase my PAL to 1.1 or 1.2, but that would need to be adjusted accordingly as So for now, my daily energy expenditure would be around 2100 calories. And I would track it over time to make sure that my weight is stable. So when we know how many calories we need, we will need to figure out the macronutrients ratio. So let's start with the most important macronutrient, which is protein. Why? Because protein helps with muscle retention and supports recovery. So we know that to stimulate muscle protein synthesis, we need to eat around 1.2 to 1.6 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight per day. So for myself, I weigh around 73 kilograms, so I would usually get around 120 grams of protein. The problem is that I'm not able to train as much. And especially the immobilized limb will be anabolically resistant, meaning I will need to consume more protein to stimulate muscle protein synthesis. So now, being injured, I could increase that to 2 grams to 2.5 grams per kilogram of body weight per day, meaning somewhere between 145 grams to 180 grams of protein per day. Now the amount of fat and carbs will depend on personal preference. I like a balanced approach and split the calories equally. Fats are important in diet to support immune system. Now we are talking about healthy fats such as those from fish, nuts and avocado, not trans fats from junk food, junk food actually should be minimized as much as possible, especially during recovery. And carbs should come from vegetables, fruits and whole grains to provide essential vitamins, minerals and fiber for overall health and recovery. So to finish the calculation for my calorie intake and macronutrient split, it would look like this. Let's say that I aim to consume 150 grams of protein, and we know that 1 gram of protein has 4 calories, which would equal 600 calories coming from protein. This leaves me with 1500 calories for both carbs and fats. If I want an equal split, carbs and fats would each get 750 calories. Since there are 4 calories in 1 gram of carbs, 9 calories in 1 gram of fat, this means that my macronutrient split would be 150 grams of protein, 83 grams of fat, and 187 grams of carbs. Once you've made sure that you are consuming the right balance of macronutrients and calories to support recovery, supplements can offer additional benefits. However, it's important to remember that supplements should complement a solid diet, not replace it. And always consult with your healthcare provider before start taking any supplements. Here are my top 6 supplements to support recovery from injury. So number 1, whey protein. Whey protein is one of the most popular and effective supplements for anyone looking to increase their protein intake. Especially during recovery from injury, maintaining muscle mass is very important, and getting enough protein is a big part of that. Aim to use whey protein as a convenient way to hit your daily protein targets, especially if your appetite is reduced or if you're finding it difficult to consume enough protein through whole foods alone. A scoop of whey protein mixed with water or milk can add around 25 to 30 grams of protein to your daily intake. Supplement number 2, creatine. Creatine is one of the most researched supplements and is well known for its ability to enhance muscle mass and strength. During the recovery, even though your training might be limited, creatine helps maintain muscle mass and support the strength of your uninjured muscles. Supplement number 3, fish oil. Injuries often lead to inflammation, which are a natural path of the healing process, but this can become excessive and delay the recovery. Omega-3s can potentially speed up the healing process. If you don't eat enough oily fish like salmon and mackerels or sardines, consider taking a fish oil supplement. I personally don't eat much fish at the moment, so I'm taking fish oil supplement daily. Supplement number 4, vitamin D. Vitamin D is essential for bone health, muscle function and immune support. Having enough vitamin D is associated with better outcomes in injuries, including tendon injuries like Achilles rupture. The best way to find out if you need to get vitamin D is to get tests, so discuss with your GP. I personally take a tablet a day just because it's winter at the moment in Australia and I don't get much sun, and if supplementing during injury gives me even a small advantage, I will take it. Supplement number 5, multivitamin. Well-balanced diet should provide all the vitamins and minerals you need, but injury can increase your nutritional needs. The key nutrients to look at includes vitamin C, which is actually important for collagen synthesis and immune support, zinc, that supports tissue repair and immune function, and magnesium, involved in muscle function and recovery. So that leads me to supplement number 6, collagen. Collagen is a key component of connective tissue, including tendons, ligaments, and skin. Some studies have shown that collagen supplement can support the healing of tendons and other connective tissue, kind of important for Achilles tendon injuries. So lastly, I'd like to briefly talk about training. Obviously this will depend on the type of injury you have, but I felt very sorry for myself, and it took some willpower to get back to training the other parts of my body. The good news is that there are studies providing that if you train your non-injured limb, you can preserve muscle size in injured limbs. So even though you are injured and can't specifically train your injured limb, there is still plenty you can do to support your recovery and speed up the healing process. Please note that everything mentioned should be consulted with healthcare professional and tailored to your current situation. But in summary, the importance is in this order: a well-balanced diet with whole foods, and here I would like to also mention sleep. Sleep will be very important in recovery. Try to aim for 7 to 9 hours of quality sleep each night. Then try to keep your weight stable, don't try to get lean. Eat enough protein and adjust fats and carbs to your personal preference. Keep training your uninjured limbs if possible. And lastly, supplements: whey protein supplement, creatine, vitamin C, vitamin D, fish oil, and collagen. Thank you for watching. I hope that this video was helpful and give you some clarity on how to eat during recovery. If you liked the video, please like it. If you want to see more videos like this or continue watching my journey, please subscribe. Thank you for watching.